In this video, the Sean Combs trial, missing victims, private event tapes, and the truth they don't want you to hear. This trial isn't just dark, it's disturbing. And what you're about to hear is not for the faint of heart. Sean "Diddy" Combs is facing accusations of running a secret criminal operation involving adult exploitation with violence, blackmail, and disappearing victims. One of his alleged survivors has vanished, and the videos that could blow this case wide open, still locked away. This video contains graphic details that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. What happens when a rap mogul is accused of trafficking women, and one of his star accusers suddenly disappears? This isn't just a celebrity scandal. It's a federal trial with trafficking, alleged criminal enterprise, and a powerful man accused of building his empire on coercion. And right now, key witnesses are going missing. Explosive videos remain sealed, and the courtroom is heating up. We're diving into the twisted power games, the courtroom drama, and the unanswered questions that could take down one of music's biggest icons. And what's coming next could shock even the most jaded observers. Part 1. What the prosecution is assembling. Is Sean Combs a controlling boyfriend? Or the head of a criminal operation? Federal prosecutors say Sean "Diddy" Combs didn't just party hard. They claim he orchestrated a full-blown alleged trafficking ring under the cover of fame, using assistants, security staff, and household employees to help him set it up and cover it up. At the center of this claim, private adult events. These were adult marathons allegedly stocked with paid entertainment, liquor, candles, baby oil, and sometimes recording equipment. Prosecutors say these weren't random wild nights. They were coordinated and sometimes filmed. And if you crossed Diddy, threats, blackmail, or violence allegedly followed. Combs' ex-girlfriend, singer Cassie Ventura, is the star witness. She claims she was physically abused, psychologically broken down, and claims of pressured into uncomfortable adult encounters with strangers for years. According to the prosecution, this wasn't personal chaos. It was organized exploitation, protected by wealth and powered by fear. Part 2. The disappearance of Victim 3, aka Gina. But what happens when one of the government's key victims vanishes? Before the trial began, federal documents repeatedly mentioned a woman referred to as Victim 3. Her real name is Gina. She wasn't part of the private parties, but her story was meant to show that the abuse wasn't just isolated to Cassie. According to prosecutors, Gina had damning evidence: texts, notes app journals, and a 2019 interview where she accused Combs of repeated physical beatings, claims of coerced medical procedures, and financial coercion. She was subpoenaed. The feds wanted her to testify, but then nothing. 2 weeks ago, prosecutors told the court they couldn't get a hold of her lawyer. She stopped responding, and as of now, she's no longer expected to take the stand. The defense pounced. One of Diddy's lawyers told the judge, "They are the United States of America. If they wanted her in this courtroom, she'd be here." They're choosing not to. Even without her testimony, prosecutors are still trying to introduce her as evidence, saying Gina is very much a part of this case. But if she never testifies, that could be a major blow to the government's wider narrative of a criminal pattern. Part 3. The defense strategy. It was toxic love, not trafficking. So what's Diddy's defense? And how are they spinning years of disturbing allegations? His lawyers admit he was jealous, aggressive, allegedly drug-addicted, but they say the relationships were consensual, just dysfunctional. Messy, not criminal. They're framing Cassie not as a victim, but as a jilted ex. They say she stayed because she loved him, not because she was being trafficked. And here's where Gina plays another role. The defense says Gina wasn't a victim either, but a supposed mistress, one that caused friction between Cassie and Combs. During cross-examination, Diddy's lawyers asked Cassie, "Was Gina the main problem in your relationship?" She said yes. So the defense is flipping the narrative. Instead of serial abuse, they're painting a picture of toxic romance, jealousy, and drama, and arguing that the jury's being shown heartbreak, not crime. Part 4. The racketeering puzzle. Where's the criminal enterprise? The charges against Combs include adult trafficking, but also racketeering. So where's the enterprise? Under RICO laws, prosecutors need to prove that Combs led a coordinated group involved in illegal activity, like a gang or mafia. They claim his security, assistance, and inner circle helped with kidnapping, forced labor, obstruction of justice, and even arson. They even claim his team tried to bomb Kid Cudi's car after a falling out. But here's the problem. After 2 weeks of testimony, no specific co-conspirators have been named. And most staff witnesses have talked about drugs, emotional outbursts, or weird tasks, not actual crimes. One former assistant said Combs once took him, armed with 3 guns, to confront someone at a diner. Another said he was asked to carry a hotel bag full of candles and baby oil. 2 male paid workers who took part in private parties said they were brought in, but didn't witness any abuse or trafficking. So far, the government's case hinges on abuse stories and chaos, but the organized criminal enterprise part, that's still very blurry. Part 5. The private party videos. Smoking gun or red herring? Let's talk about the videos. Are they real? Are they coming? And will they change the game? Prosecutors say Combs filmed some of the private parties, and they've got the footage, but so far the jury's only seen still images. And those images were shown privately. Only the jury could see them. No media, no gallery, total blackout. Cassie confirmed she was in the images. She described being filmed with different male paid workers: Jules, Dave, Greg. She described sitting on a couch in high heels. But no full videos have been shown. The defense? They could have played the tapes, but didn't. Not yet. One of Diddy's lawyers said they plan to introduce the footage later when a government expert testifies, someone who worked on enhancing the videos. Their argument? That the tapes prove it was all consensual, just adults doing adult things, nothing criminal. There's also another woman involved, Jane, another alleged trafficking victim. Prosecutors have sensitive video material related to her too. She's expected to testify soon. What she says and what's shown could shift the entire case. If the jury sees footage that matches Cassie's trauma, that's devastating. But if the videos show everyone smiling, joking, and willing, that's a lifeline for the defense. Part 6. What happens next? So where does this go from here? The trial's expected to last 6 more weeks. That's plenty of time for the government to introduce more victims, drop more evidence, and finally connect the dots on the alleged criminal network. We still haven't seen whether Gina will be forced to testify. We still don't know if the jury will watch the private event tapes. And we haven't heard from Jane, the woman behind some of the most serious charges. Right now, everything is teetering. This could become the biggest takedown in hip-hop history, or it could collapse under missing witnesses, unclear evidence, and a very good defense team. Some trials are about money, some are about fame. This one, it's about the women who never got to walk away. We've heard about bruises, about forced silence, about love turned into leverage. We've seen the fear in Cassie's voice, the evidence buried in notes apps, and the empty space where Gina should have been sitting. Behind every headline is a woman who was told, "You'll never be believed." Behind every private party, a name scrubbed from the invite list. Behind every video, a moment that left a lasting impact. This isn't just about what Sean Combs did. It's about how many people helped him, or stayed silent. And now, as the courtroom waits for the next bombshell, a missing victim, a hidden tape, a new witness. Just remember, for the women at the center of this story, this isn't a trial. It's the fight to finally be heard. And if Gina walks into that courtroom, everything changes. This video is intended for informational purposes only, and to bring attention to ongoing legal proceedings and survivor voices.